Here at the farmhouse in the field, it's just after 4th of July, and my cherry tree is in full bloom. We've got beautiful, beautiful cherries coming up. We only have about a week to put these cherries up before the flies start laying eggs and they get grubby. I don't spray my trees. I don't want that into our food system. So what we're going to do, we could make cherry jam, we could make cherry jelly, we could make cherry pie filling. These are the pie cherries. You can tell the difference between a pie cherry and a sweet cherry because the pie cherries are going to be sour and they're going to actually kind of look like they've got liquid in them, where your sweet cherries are going to be a little more opaque. Well, we could do all of that, but really let's bypass the whole pie filling situation. Let's just make the pies. After all, having a pie in the freezer makes the holidays go by so much faster. You're already set for Thanksgiving, and when your kid decides to tell you the night before that you need to create something for the bake sale, you're all set. So let's go inside. Today we're going to make cherry pie, and I think we're going to make strawberry pie, and we may even make a strawberry rhubarb pie. Okay, well, we're back in the kitchen now. These are our strawberries. No, these did not come from our farm. Unfortunately, for some reason, I cannot grow strawberries to save my life. But I probably bought a lot more than I ever intended to. But I'm kind of the idea of go big or go home. I'd rather have more than not enough. And so what we'll do here is we will cut these all off, get them washed up and ready to go to make our pie filling. Okay, so it's been a couple of days, I'm not going to lie, but we're in the kitchen, and what I've done my basic pie crust, which is it's a cup of shortening, a cup and 2/3 of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and enough water. They say 7 or 8 teaspoons, but really it's enough water to bring it all together. What we've done is I've rolled it out and I'm docking it with a fork. You have to dock it so that it rises the steam. Here we have our cherries. We have some flour in there, some sugar. All the cherries have been pitted, and a little almond extract, which I actually didn't have it, so I actually used salted caramel extract, which is a little different. And I highly recommend, if you get a chance, to change things out, because a lot of times you'll be surprised at what's really good. I know with my Christmas cookies, I actually do part vanilla and I do part coconut, and that combination is absolutely phenomenal. So all we're going to do after we've docked it is we're going to drain it a little bit, because I think I got way too much juice in here. And we're going to put it into our pie pan and fill it as much as you can, because we want to use all those good cherries. We had to pit them all. We might as well use them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of butter, and we're going to just pinch it off, and we're going to put it all around the cherry pie on top of those cherries. Okay, then we've got the top of it that we've rolled out. Hopefully we can get it over there without it falling off. And then all we're going to do is crimp it. I do the roll and crimp with my fingers. Any place that it's not quite covering, feel free to just pinch it off and add. You know, anybody that's going to complain about how pretty or not your pie is somebody that doesn't get pie. Just quite frankly, that's the way it is. I've never met anybody who has refused pie. So and we're not going to egg wash this until we actually use it. Pies, usually I say use them within a year. I think I still got one from last year. It'll be perfectly fine. It'll be perfectly fine in the freezer. But this is such a nice way to have a homemade pie ready to go. And I don't know, I know people make pies with the store-bought crust. I can always tell the difference. I think they're made up with oil instead of shortening, and they have a totally different taste to them to me. And I can always tell that a pie is a store-bought crust. Not going to judge anybody on that. There's times that that's called for. There's times that, you know, you need a pie right away. You know, your stuff's ready and you just don't have time to make that pie, that you do a store-bought crust. Okay, so once your pie is done, you want to basically add some holes in it so that the steam can rise when you bake this. We'll do CH for cherry on this one. And then all we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up. And put it in the freezer, and that'll be good for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for the next time you need a pie right away. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, please subscribe to my channel. So, here's the strawberry. We're going to put a lid on that. Do the same thing. We're going to wrap it up in tin foil and mark what it is, strawberry pie. We're going to mark the date. I did not. It's actually 11:37 right now. So the rhubarb's not going to be made tonight. I will probably make that at a different time. But my recipes, these are just my favorite recipes from various cookbooks. But they're just basically, you're using flour, cornstarch, for a thickener, you're using fresh berries, you're using a flavoring, and you're using sugar. Now, I had to drain both of mine only because both of my fruits have been in the fridge, so they masticated quite a bit. So normally if you're doing this, you would just take your berries, you put them in the sugar and the flour mixture and the flavoring mixture, and you put it into your pie, you dot it with butter, put the lid over it, and you're good to go.